Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Let go.
To the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Everything.
No, you know
Let's
what? No,
go.
the water's good. The speaker fell, but the water's still good. I was in the back, man,
I'd rather
making some
spill the water. That's a nice speaker.
I was in the back making some last-minute notes, man, for the show today, so I apologize. The time got away from me.
Okay.
If you will. What's up, Shep? How you
Nothing
feeling
but
today,
thing.
man?
Good, buddy. How about you? I am so fired up for today and tomorrow and the weekend. Cam and I were just talking. Do you realize we've got a hockey game going on right now? Michigan State's playing UConn.
Yeah.
Okay, out of Hockey East. It's scoreless early on. You've got Pistons tonight.
Yeah.
You've got Tigers this afternoon. It's boop, boop, boop. And then tomorrow, you have two hockey games, Michigan and the Red Wings.
Right.
They're not playing one another. Michigan plays Bentley, which is a really good-looking car, but not a very good hockey program.
Michigan might beat the Red Wings. Right now.
Yeah. And then you've got the Red Wings playing Buffalo at night.
I'm joking, by the
okay?
way.
And you've got a Tigers game, and you got two basketball games.
Yeah.
Woo!
Let's
hey,
go.
That's an ultimate. That needs two woos.
But that's why I'm saying the state of Michigan, nobody's messing with us. It's not homerism. It's not Kool-Aid, Shep. I think we can firmly stand on business that Michigan is a place to be pro college sports. They're all percolating right now. Red Wings got to percolate a little bit more, though.
Yeah, no, a lot of percolation going on right now as the Detroit Tigers open up tonight in San Diego. But you're absolutely right, man. You're talking about the March Madness that's going on right now. You got March Madness, you got Michigan, Michigan State. They're vying, they're fighting. Also, too, Michigan hockey, Michigan State and hockey. You can have a situation in a week and a half where you can have two teams in this state playing for the national championship in two different sports.
Is that something
by
else?
the way, don't forget the reigning, defending national champions also from the state of Michigan, and they're also a part of it, the Western Broncos. Shout out to Justice Stout. So, you're talking about this next week for Michigan sports, man. It's a terrific one, and then it's followed by the Masters, so I'm excited.
Oh man, that's a good point.
Masters right after.
I forgot. Usually when we come in here, folks, there's some type. At least on a Thursday, Friday, we get an opportunity to watch a little golf. Not today. We're watching some hockey today.
Michigan
Super
State,
excited
UConn.
for that. Yeah, I mean, this is.
Why do they keep
it's a good
playing each
time.
other in legitimately? Michigan State and UConn are playing this week
Yeah.
in basketball and
yeah,
hockey.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
And don't they have a chance to play North Dakota State, who Michigan State also played already in basketball?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think who are Spartans fans rooting for more? The Michigan State hockey team to beat UConn or the Michigan State basketball team to beat UConn?
Well, basketball, because basketball has become the identity of Michigan State. When you think Michigan State, like you think Tom Izzo, you think basketball. You want your thing that you do best to be the best thing. Like, they love hockey and it's cool and all that, but they really could care less as it relates to what is Izzo gonna do. Is Izzo gonna chase number 2? So, just speaking as a Michigan guy that's seen it from afar, I would think it's basketball by a long shot.
Yeah, I get that. They both have championships.
This is true, but
So
when you talk to Michigan State people in October or June or anything that's not in basketball season, what do they always tell you? Wait till
Wait till
basketball.
March.
They don't say anything about hockey. When they say wait till
that's
March,
true.
they ain't talking about the Frozen Four.
no, amen to that.
So
amen to that.
for them, it's wait till March. Wait till it's March. Here comes Izzo. It's Izzo time. So I think for
January,
them, it would be
February.
100%. There you go.
Yeah.
I think it would be hockey. Basketball.
It's either way. It is a fantastic couple of days, just littered with great sports action. for
Michigan's
us.
quite the opposite, though. Like, as a Michigan guy, we're like, who's in it? Who's there?
For what?
Because I'll support the baseball team if the baseball's doing well.
Sure.
That's the team I was cheering for all year, man. Our baseball team. I come up with some made-up stats, et cetera. That's how we do it up in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, love it, man. Good stuff. How's everybody doing? Sweet potato Cam? You got the lucky hat on. That's good. Kool-Aid's got he's
Welcome.
got the English D on because
Yes, sir.
Pistons hat didn't work yesterday. So
K wasn't playing, remember?
Still two.
You know, that's called a setup
Yeah.
because a lot of people started using that last night. Well, K didn't play. Hold on. You can't do what you did on Monday
Right.
and have the elation you did after you beat the Lakers without K. You can't come back and bring that different energy after last night.
amen to that. Right. That's
Take
too bad.
that
I mean,
else off, man.
this happens.
It's a hard fault. Yeah, it's basketball.
Whatever. But I will say
Hawks
this.
were hot. 14 of 15 is crazy.
Yeah, but I will say
still
this.
hot.
Yeah.
The concern we had a couple of weeks ago
Yeah.
remains, and that is, listen, it's no reason for us to jump off a bandwagon, but
Nah.
the three-point defense and the three-point shooting. 18 triples by Atlanta last night, 50 rebounds by Atlanta last night, 30 assists by Atlanta last night. What was it? 18 offensive rebounds by Atlanta. Those are kind of glaring. That's got to get fixed.
Yep.
It does have to get fixed. And Kool-Aid asking you, bringing this question over to you, like, what is the conversation with Jared Jack? What is the conversation with JB Bickerstaff? What's the conversation with him and the guys during the week? What's the conversation about, hey, look, this is something that's been plaguing us. We always hate to go back to it, but since that San Antonio Spurs game, and now since then, it's only stayed with us. So how do you address that? What does that look like?
Yeah, that's why I believe they go so hard as it relates to the effort. You never see them really weighing on that side of things, and I think it's because JB Bickerstaff knows they have some deficiencies that they're going to have to fix via the Trajan Langdon way. And so I think what you see the Pistons doing right now is trying their best with, honestly, parts and pieces that can't quite reach what we know they need to reach. But JB Bickerstaff, being the coach he is, I think he's trying to put them in the right position. When you hear him speak and when you hear him talk, it's all of it. That's what it's about, especially at the practices where you get a little bit more opportunity to have a conversation with them. That's what it's about, is teaching these guys. And Coach, shout out to Coach Jeremy Hart. That is Danish Jenkins's trainer. Been with him since, the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years. And he spoke to the fact that he's effectively like a rookie still learning the game. And a lot of these young guys, I don't know how much of that I don't even know how much of that really matters, because the expectation right now is these other teams are trying to come out here and pop you because of the way you guys showed and presented yourself. And so I want to see this team figure it out, but I think it's going to be a lot of heavy usage when K gets back, 32, 34%. And shout out to K. It was dope to see him back at practice.
They better be heavy on some defense when his ass gets back. I tell you that.
Well, when baseball started last night, the Yankees blew out the Giants 7-0.
Was Aaron Judge there?
Aaron Judge unfortunately struck out 4 times. Didn't strike out 4 times all in a game at all last year. That doesn't matter, because what matters is what he did last night. But his team still won. I know people are freaking out over it, and it's ridiculous. But there's a really good. Do we have this commercial that I wanted to show Braylon in case he missed it? The baseball commercial. Do we have that ready? Because it is freaking hilarious. Can we show those things? I just want to make sure. Well, okay, let's put it this way. I'll describe it. It's a commercial about Paul Skeens and that how he can do everything right. And they have different athletes in it.
Yeah.
And Clayton Kershaw basically says he can do anything. There's nothing he can't do.
This sounds familiar.
And then what does it show? It shows one of those things, those little tables or a little cabinet that you're supposed to build yourself. Okay. And he's looking at the instructions, and then they show the table itself or the cabinet, and it looks like crap, and he just throws it all away. I thought of us just because I don't know how many of you guys are handy guys around the house. I am not.
Yes,
I try the best I can. I always think to myself, I could have saved myself 3 hours if I just hired somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a funny commercial, though. You should check it out.
I definitely will check it out. Both my fathers were, look, we'll hire somebody to do it. My uncles, rest in peace, both of them were Fix-It. Mr. Fix-It could fix anything, so we always had them around. And me, I took after that. So, when I got past college, well, we know where that was. So
right.
It's like, hey.
All right, how about cars?
But I can
you fix cars?
I like to reverse engineer things. I can take things apart, take a look at it, see what it is, see how the mechanisms fit, and figure it out. I don't have patience for it.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Have you ever changed your own oil?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you ever?
Hold on, have I changed my own? No, I've taken it to get changed.
I mean, put it up on blocks, get underneath, and change your own oil.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, I have
Absolutely.
done that. I've done that a couple of times, but I wouldn't want to keep doing it.
I may have 1 or 2 tire changes
I was just gonna say, have you changed a flat tire?
twice.
Okay.
Once successfully.
Few. What the other one? Would
You know
it
when you
fall
get
off?
equipment a lot of times, they don't give you the best equipment when you're working on older cars, so like, it wouldn't stay up on the jack. I could try to jack it up, and it wouldn't stay.
Okay, so
That
so
sounds
that's
funny, by the way.
That's when you it could have been worse. So that means you would have you had to change. You had to call somebody. For
Yes.
it. Okay.
Yes, AAA.
Kool-Aid, have you changed tires? And
Oh.
have you changed your own oil?
Definitely.
Okay,
Definitely.
good. So you're a do-it-yourselfer.
I grew up in the house of an engineer.
Sweet potato can.
Most certainly.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Both.
Both.
All right.
You
good,
bet.
Good.
Forget all you guys. You trying to judge
Sorry,
me?
we can't catch a pass.
You
We never
trying to
scored a
judge
touchdown in front of 110,000
Hey,
people.
I'm feeling very judged right
Bro,
now.
I had no
I feel the
choice.
eyes. I'm like, whoa.
I had no choice. Look, my dad's an engineer. Your dad made it to the NFL.
He did. He did.
So I know how to change tires. You know how to catch footballs at a pro level.
Now, if you want to send your kids to me, I get them together in some track and fields. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got sons, I can get them together in the skills of the
Kid Kool-Aid
field.
means
Yeah,
that,
100%.
Dude, we all have
Definitely.
strengths.
Actually.
Okay, we all have strengths. There's no question. I was scrolling through social media last night, and I came across something that I couldn't get enough of, and it wasn't a Barry Sanders clip.
Okay.
It was one of my favorite football players of all time. It's the reason I wore when I was a kid. I played North Farmington, West Bloomfield Little League football,
Okay.
and we were the Vikings. All right, so we had legitimate, true Viking helmets.
Purple.
I got the opportunity to pick my number, and I chose number 44 because of Chuck Foreman. Loved Chuck Foreman, and I got caught up last night watching some of the highlights. Not that I think he's ever in the conversation as a top 10 back or anything, but just going back and appreciating the stuff that he did on the football field. He played at Miami, Florida, and was an underrated player. I'm not saying he's underrated in the sense of, Roger Craig or anything like that. He doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. I thought he was an underrated player. If you go back in time, and I know Jerry Rice is your guy, but if you go back in time, is there a player who you remember way back in the day that, perhaps is a little bit underrated, but you really appreciated, even though he may not be your favorite player? So I know you love Randy Moss. I know you love Jerry Rice. But when I watch Chuck Foreman, he doesn't overtake Barry Sanders or Earl Campbell for me or anything
You
like that.
appreciate him, though.
But I just loved watching him play for the Vikings. It was just, even though he wore black cleats, because black cleats make you look slower. What is there anybody that comes to mind like that for you?
Merton Hanks is like an unappreciated player. Like Merton Hanks, safety with the 49ers back in those years, especially the year they won the championship with Steve Young or won the title. Merton Hanks was a safety that I love. Like he was a ball hawk.
Yeah.
And then he did the neck dance. He used to wear like
He had a
bristle.
long neck.
100%.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what you know about him. Eric Moles was a ridiculous wide
that's a
receiver.
good one. Yeah.
He played for Buffalo around that time with Randy.
He played
first
at
got-
Mississippi State, didn't he?
Oh, look at you, 100%. Speaking of Mississippi State, Fred Smoot.
Oh, yeah.
Fred Smoot was one of the first football players to kind of focus on his own brand. When he came out and he got
didn't know
drafted, he had smootsmack.com.
No
he had-
kidding.
Yeah, he had his own URL with smootsmack.com. He had his own message board, and all he would do is at Mississippi State, after games, just talk about what he did, talk about what he was going to do, talk stuff to the other team, like kind of built himself
Fred
up.
Smoot, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of the Vikings, there you go. So Fred Smoot as a random player.
Love that.
I'm
Those are really good picks.
trying, man. You put a brother on the spot. Natron Means, that's a
The
decent name.
running back, for the Chargers.
Yeah,
He
but
was a load.
for me, Ricky Waters. For me, it'd be all 49ers. Like Ricky Waters was amazing running back. I thought for his time, 49ers and the Seahawks, and Brent Jones is a decent tight end out there.
So there's a couple guys that also come to mind for me. You said Brent Jones. He's the tight end. Burt Jones, who was a quarterback for the Baltimore Colts way back in the day. Steve Barkowski, who I believe played at Cal, or maybe it was Oregon, one of the two, I forget. He was a hell of a gunslinger as a quarterback for Atlanta, but they were terrible. There were a lot of quarterbacks back then who the teams were bad,
Yeah.
but they were good. Dan Pastorini could spin it like nobody's business with the Houston Oilers.
Yeah.
But until they got Earl Campbell, they weren't great. They had Elvin Bethea, but that's about it. You know what I mean? Guys like that.
Yeah, my dad got the block for Earl, so that's whenever
Yes,
you talk
I know
about the
he did.
Oilers.
Yeah.
It's always a fun one. Yeah, in terms of watching highlights, man.
I never asked your dad about that, though. That's one of the
He's got
regrets
stories.
I've had. Yeah, I bet. Earl Campbell seemed like just a genuine dude, right? But what was it like playing for Bum Phillips? What was it like playing with Earl Campbell? And what was it like playing for, behind Dan Pastorini or Gifford Nielsen, who was the other quarterback?
I know half the group chat is like, who,
Yeah,
and who.
Yeah. We get in football geekdom, and that's going to happen. But speaking of football, there is a guy right now who is the report is that this difference maker for a team in the Lions division might miss the first 3 to 4 weeks. He's one of your favorite players. He's your guy.
MP?
MP.
Nah.
Micah Parsons.
Makes sense.
Yeah, does it?
It makes sense for when he got hurt.
Okay. Let me ask you this. It's a legitimate question, I think. When we talk about injuries
Yeah.
and we talk about injured players, is he in the conversation?
Because of this injury in his last season?
Yeah.
I mean, I see where you're going every day. Like, look, everybody gets hurt in the NFL. Everybody gets injured, like realistically. But what do you do after you get injured? Like, what does your season look like after you get injured? Micah Parsons has done something that nobody else has ever done in the history of the NFL. So, like, when you have stats, when you have numbers like that on your side, when you have, like, a track record, if you will, then it's like, all right, you got hurt, but this is what your track record says. I'm taking that chance, and I don't have a problem with it.
Right. He's as good at his position as maybe just about anybody in football.
Yeah.
You can have a good debate, but he's in the conversation. In each of the last 2 years, he's only started 13 games.
Yep.
So, in other words, he's missed some time. It doesn't draw a red flag for me by any stretch.
Yeah,
but we do bring up a lot of injured players in Detroit when we talk about Lions and acquiring certain guys, and then suddenly we want to shy away from them. I think what I'm saying is it depends on the player. So would you take a chance on a guy like this? Because absolutely. If we're talking about DJ Wanham,
Yeah.
it's only a 1-year contract, so what's the big deal? See what I'm saying?
Not really.
Okay, well, it's a very low risk with a
get
guy
it.
who's been injured,
Right.
whether it be Ben Barch or DJ Wanham or someone of that ilk. Taylor, who's the latest defensive end they brought in? Taylor, you're going to break it down. Former
Patrick,
or Peyton
Turner.
Peyton Turner, yeah. So those are low risks because it's only 1-year deals and it's very minimal money. This is high risk, high reward.
Right.
I'm more apt to do something like this than the other.
Say it that
But,
way, yeah.
Yeah.
When you say it that way, 100%. Look, he's got 25 sacks in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to add them up, what's 5 times 12.5? That's what he has for legitimately the last 5 years. So looking at it that way, yeah, it's high risk, high reward. You know, but this is what you're going to get out of him. This is what you've seen to get out of him. When you're looking at the guys like Wonham, when you're looking at the guys like Turner, when you're looking at the guys like Clark, guys like that have been injured, that production has gone significantly down further.
Correct.
After the production has gone down, you're trying to put yourself in a better situation than you were in last year.
Mm-hmm.
So does adding all these $1 million players that have injuries where, yeah, it's not a lot of money, but if they get hurt, what are we doing? We're like, oh, man, well, they were injured. So it's interesting. High risk, high reward. For
You know, I like that example because it's about what you do after you are injured.
Yeah.
So, for example, with a guy like Micah Parsons, who 2 years ago in Dallas played 13 games. What did he do last year? He played 13 games, but he also had more sacks last year than he did the year before.
He did.
Right? 12 and a half to 12. But he's still, in other words, he's still a productive player. You're still getting a steady level of productivity from him.
Yeah. Also, too, man, when you watch Micah Parsons last year, like he was injured going into the trade. Like when he was traded, he was injured. They held him out, his back or whatever it is. He set out a lot of offseason, a lot of training camp because of that back. First game of the season, what did he look like? He looked like a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
And he looked like a wrecking ball until he was injured. So for him to miss the first 3 games, if I was Green Bay, I would operate the same way because you just signed on for $46 million. Right. Now, you just signed on for a lot of cheese, an individual that can turn the tide just like that. You play 17 games now. You don't need to rush him back. He misses 3, so what? He's still playing 14, those last 14, and you know Like, it won't be a situation where, yeah, we'll get him out there and see how it goes week 1 and we'll put him on a pitch count. I don't want to do all that pitch count stuff. Like, when you're talking about a Ferrari like that, when you're talking about a Clydesdale like that, we don't need a pitch count. When you're ready, say the word, because when we put you in there, like, it's full go. I don't want to do a pitch count situation, so that makes sense.
Amen. 5 years he's played. 3 years he's been All-Pro first team. 1 year he was All-Pro second team. The other year he got All-Pro votes. You said Clydesdale. I would have used Stallion. I think he's a stallion.
Yeah.
Clydesdale, I always envision with big guys up front. Maybe I'm wrong there. Either way, he's a horse.
Yeah.
How's that? Because he's the guy who's going to deliver on a regular basis. Baseball's taking place tonight. Excited for that. I'm really excited today because we've got Rapid Fire with Braylon Edwards, and I love this segment. We've also got Build It with Braylon, and Doc, Jeffrey Pierce, is going to join us a little bit later on. Speaking of injuries and his ability to handle it, we're going to get all that and then some, and an early pick one for Braylon. Can't wait for that. That's all coming up here. Plus the NCAA tournament is something that has taken place for the first time in a long time. Good for the NCAA tournament. I'm anxious to get everybody's thoughts on that. We'll do that when we come back here on the Braylon Edwards Show on Woodward Sports after this from Ben Johnson and Art and Jakes.
Ben Johnson is the fighter, so let him fight for you. When everything's go your way, when it's a settlement or it's a verdict where you need legal representation, look no further than Ben Johnson. They've been doing this for a very long time at a very high level. The success rates are through the roof, so that's why this needs to be the first call or conversation that you have. VENfights.com is how you get in touch with them. And like I said, settlement, verdict, it doesn't matter. They are trial attorneys and they are prepared to do what it takes to get you the results that you need. Let the fighter fight for you.
We're going to talk about it here in a moment, but March Madness is in full swing. You got the Sweet 16. It's left, right? Tomorrow, Michigan and Michigan State play. We were talking about just how busy the Michigan sports landscape schedule is. Here's how busy it is. You've got a baseball game, you've got 2 hockey games, and you've got 2 basketball games. That's really cool. What's not cool is UConn just scored. They're up 1-0 on MSU. But if you want to watch Michigan and Michigan State play in their Sweet 16 games, they don't play against one another yet, but they do play, then the best place to go is Art and Jakes. And we're going to be there all day long, baby. Wall-to-wall screens with 80 TVs, great food, cold beer. You want it, they got it. Art and Jakes. Check it out tomorrow there in Sterling Heights.
Best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change. It's just better.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. For 50 metropolitan Detroit locations, it is the gym for you. There's no judgment, there's trainers on staff, and then everything is clean, wiped down daily, in fact, minute and hourly. Make sure that you're clean. Make sure that you feel convenient in this space. And also, too, man, it's a hell of a gym. They invite new equipment all the time, and they're all around, man. It's literally one around the corner from you. So pull up on Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
It is essential. It's also essential to make sure you're downtown for opening day. Tigers home opener Friday, April 3rd. It's a week from tomorrow. The Grand Slam Opening Day Festival. We're broadcasting live all morning long. Hang out with my friend Braylon Edwards and D-Mac. By the way, happy Turtle Day today. And the whole Woodward sports crew. We're going to talk baseball there at Buddy's in downtown Detroit, and we're just going to be all over the place, and we want you to be part of it. Go to GrandSlamDetroit.com. The madness starts at 9 a.m. Here's the address for you. 1526 Broadway Street. 1526 Broadway Street for the Grand Slam Fest, brought to you by Woodward Sports. And we'll be, on occasion, imbibing some Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. How can you not? It is perfect for opening day. It's perfect if you're not at opening day. It's perfect to watch a college hockey game right now. Only 100 calories, 4.5% alcohol this season and every season. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, but please drink responsibly.
And we back.
Yeah, 1-0 UConn, and they're on the power play.
Just like that.
Michigan State, man, they just don't look the same as they do during the regular season, but it's early, so let's hope it changes.
It's funny, I always thought that, but I was like, I don't know enough about hockey to make that comment and feel confident in it. I didn't want somebody to be like, well, why would you say that in 1998, 1999, and 2000? I was like, all right, you're right, I won't. But they never feel the same as they do in the regular season. Regular season, they get as high as number 1, 2. They float around 3 the whole season. They get to Sweet 16, Elite 8, Frozen 4. Nothing ever comes in. Don't get me wrong, Michigan, we're not winning either, but we're always there. It just feels like two different teams.
I love it when you go into somebody's personality, when you go, whoa, 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 like that. You know? You got the shoulder shake and you go the lower voice.
That's them coming at me, if you will.
Here you go. Ready for a power stat, Kool-Aid?
Power stat.
I'm ready.
For the first time since 1954, the Sweet 16 does not include Kansas, Kentucky, North Carolina, or UCLA. All blue bloods that you suggested the other day.
Yeah.
Okay. With that said,
makes sense.
Huh?
Makes sense to a certain extent.
Do you think somebody said to me that that's good for the game? Do you think that's good for the game, or does it matter?
No, it's not good for the game, because realistically, like, you always want your best products. You always want your biggest draws to be available. Like, what do they tell you all the time? Like, certain rivalries are better when teams are good. Certain things feel better when teams are in it. Like, you look at football, like, if you have a 12-team college football playoff and you don't see Texas, Ohio State, Alabama, like, if you don't see Georgia, if you don't see teams like that, does it feel real? Does it feels a little bit farce, if you will? So I won't say it's good because they're not in it, but I would say it shows you that the NIL and who has money matters. Because as dope as these brands are, UCLA don't have any money that they're spending on the sports
Kentucky
program.
does, though. They have more money than anybody else, $22 million.
Okay, all right, so I'll take that one. The other two, what about them?
North Carolina's got a lot of money. Kansas got a lot of money.
But they're not spending it, and that's why Hubert Davis got fired.
Yeah, he said he needed more. You're right. He may have gotten fired because he underachieved this year, too.
Yeah, he should have gotten fired.
Yeah,
so,
should have gotten fired. Seems like a nice guy. It's not like I want people to get fired, but I'm just saying.
I say what's happening to them isn't necessarily about the money, although it's working for Duke. What's happening to those ball clubs that have money, everybody used to just go to their schools. Everybody used to just go to their schools. They didn't have to worry about recruiting. If you're in Kentucky, you got Calipari, we're coming there.
Right.
Like if you're UNC, it doesn't matter if it's Roy Williams, Dean Smith, insert coach here. We're coming because it's UNC. Now you got to get off your ass and recruit because your players will leave you. And if you don't believe me, Michigan, one of their point guard, where's he from? Cadell. He's from UNC. People can now poach your institutions, and they're not going to stay at your program just because it's some golden situation because it's UNC. Because it's Kentucky, they'll leave you.
But some may say,
hands on
and by the way, Michigan State just tied it up. An absolute sick goal, toe drag, and then top corner. But I think some people, when I say Morris Johnson, turned down a lot more money. Turned down a lot more money elsewhere to go to Michigan.
Dusty May.
So it may be a little different scenario depending on where you're at. But I hear what you're saying. Money does talk. And it does matter. There's no doubt about that. All right.
But it also too it shows you that just because you add new elements to it, new caveats, the NIL, the transfer portal, it's still some things hold true. And what that thing is people feel comfortable in places that make them feel comfortable. What Dusty May is doing in Ann Arbor, he's making the newer kid feel comfortable, still making the older kid feel comfortable. He's making everybody feel comfortable, and he's not understanding how to work it. Young guys coming in like Trey McKinney from Orchard Lake St. Mary's. So I think people are like, I want to coach like Dusty May. I want to coach like insert some of these guys that are in this tournament right now kicking some butt like Nate Oates in Alabama where he's clean. Look for him to maybe you like him a lot. Look for him or you bought him up.
I do. I think he's a good coach. Some people have wondered just a little bit about his methods. Yeah. How's that?
That's fair.
Okay, and that could be sour grapes, by the way. Anyway, that's a little nugget for you. Since 1954, first time that any of those four blue bloods are not in the Sweet 16. But speaking of the Sweet 16,
Big Ten heavy, man.
It is. It's really Big Ten heavy, and I love that. Some of the best performances. You've got some of the best performances in your mind in NCAA tournament history. I don't think anybody has reached it or cracked this list yet from this year. But who are some of those greatest performances ever?
Some of these I saw with my own two eyes, and some of them I did not. But when you look at the numbers, you see what things are. It's like it's undoubtedly the Juan Dixon buzzer beater in 2002. Like that's one of my number one memories of the March Madness tournament itself, and Maryland winning that season. Steve Blake shout out, Sawanda, Austin Carr, 158 in 3 games, and also what that stat doesn't say, that's the most efficient scoring that was done ever in the NCAA tournament.
That's a good nugget.
Yeah, he's the most efficient.
Yeah, that's a power stat.
The most efficient point scorer. Jerry West, you know who the logo is. I didn't necessarily see what he was doing in West Virginia back in the day, but the logo is the logo. Danny Manning, 163. I do remember that. 1988. I've seen footage of that. But Glenn Rice, man, I'm going up to the top. My Michigan guy up here, man. Glenn Rice, 189 points scored in the tournament.
Fire jersey, too.
A feat, in my opinion, that will never be duplicated.
I love that jersey.
Yeah,
Glenn Rice era was
that he was just so good. I love the Elvin Hayes, quite honestly. I don't think you can have a top 10 list without Christian Laettner. When a guy goes 4 for 4, gets 2 rings, and against Kentucky in a Sweet 16 game goes 10 for 10 from the floor, including one of the most iconic, and I mean iconic shots of all time, it's tough to leave a guy like that out.
I didn't leave him out. Technically, these are
tournament
totals.
So in 1 year.
In 1 year. If I would have put, to your point, performances and the sense of the word, like undoubtedly Christian Laettner will always be number one.
I you know what I love?
Unfortunately,
I love that you've spanned you really have spanned decades, okay? You've got, I mean, look at Bill Bradley. Bill Bradley was a really, really good player, all right? For the Knicks, I know, that's tough to say. Knicks, but for the Knicks and Princeton, Jerry West, you mentioned that. Danny Manning, he may not have achieved everything people thought he would achieve at the professional level, but at the collegiate level,
one of the greatest players of all time.
For sure, at the collegiate level, no doubt. Elvin Hayes just does not get talked about enough in NBA lore or probably college basketball lore at Houston. He was such a great rebounder.
Elvin Hayes, I actually had a chance to sit down and talk to him a couple times, but Elvin Hayes, if he would have played the second meeting, like the first meeting, because remember, he won the first meeting against UCLA where Kareem had the eye situation?
I don't recall.
He had like a messed up eye, still played in the game, and then, Elvin Hayes went off. I think they won in overtime. Somebody had like 48 or 47 points. So good. This was the rematch in the national championship game, and of course, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got his get back.
Yeah, well, Lou Alcindor is truly one of the greatest, probably the greatest college basketball player of all time, even though I didn't say it, but all you got to do is look at the resume.
He's the greatest basketball player of all time if you include every single level.
Absolutely.
Like, he was the best player every single level. Like,
for sure.
He started playing basketball. Power in New York, like, are we serious? Everywhere he went.
Yeah, and don't give me just because he's 7'2", he should be that way. No.
He's not the only 7-footer of all time.
He developed something that nobody else has really done very well since, and nobody really did a lot of that before. It's just a flick of the wrist. That's all it is. And it was lethal at every single spot on the floor, not just baseline.
Yeah.
He would do that in the lane. He would do that, mid-post. He was so good and so dominant. And when you're doing that stuff against Wilt Chamberlain, who's one of the greatest players of all time, and putting up those type of numbers, it's just amazing. But Elvin Hayes,
the only one to ever do the full hook. Everybody adapted the baby hook. It's kind of like Dominique Wilkins. Like, nobody ever did the full windmill, like Dominique until Vince Carter. Like, it's a full. Like, you got to really bring all the way down full rotation. That was Dominique Wilkins. Like, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's a full sky hook.
Yeah, I will say Clyde Drexler in college was pretty damn close to that.
Okay.
Clyde Drexler in college at Houston was he took off middle of the lane and was one of these in a championship game. I forget which one. But what I was going to say about Elvin Hayes and Wes Unseld together. Oh, you talk about the baddest two asses in all of basketball together. Who would want to mess with those guys? I remember when I was a kid and watching the Tigers in '84. Who would mess with Gibson and Parrish and Evans and Herndon because of the size of the guys? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watching the Washington Bullets back then, don't freak out. That was their name. Stupid Wizards. Hayes and Wes Unseld, no way.
For sure.
Just, you would not mess with those. That's great. That's good stuff. What about now? What about today's tournament? Who are the best
I was going to
players?
say, too, I actually covered a couple games from Zach Edey as well.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet 16 was here, and that dude was absolute monster.
Yeah.
He almost suckered me in there just for a little bit, like, yo, Pistons, go all in. But no, he was official. The Purdue people were awesome, and I say that mainly because they love the city of Detroit, and they gave us a lot of thumbs up.
Purdue's got good people there. I will say that. I've always had a good relationship with Matt Painter. They've had some really good players. You notice Joe Barry Carroll's on there as well.
Yeah.
And he was a hell of a player at Purdue. They've had some unbelievable players. Even guys like Everett Stevens, certain defensive players, even if they weren't great scorers, they've always had a very strong basketball program, and I would argue underrated in the Big Ten. When you think of Big Ten basketball, you immediately think of Michigan State. You probably think of Indiana. Purdue needs to be mentioned as well.
It's funny you say that because you're right, but when you say best player in Big Ten history, the first player that comes up for me, well, in my lifetime, it's easy. It's Glenn Rice. Glenn Robinson. It's Big Dog.
Right.
Like, so Purdue gets love, like Big Dog.
National Player of the Year. Yep.
Like, he was averaging 30 and 15.
Yeah.
Like, people don't get that. 30 and 15 in college is insane.
That's wild.
Especially
those are power stats.
Especially at that time. You're averaging 30 and 15 playing against the Fab Five.
Right.
Playing against...
And you know they're going to him. That's the other thing.
And they had...
Big Dog.
Big dog. And the crazy thing about that is that's another misconception. He really wasn't a big dog.
No, he wasn't.
Like,
he
was
wasn't
like
a big
6'7".
guy. Yeah.
He's like undersized, I don't know what, but he Zach Randolph will give you buckets. Just understood how to play that game. Zach Randolph's not the tallest, but they understand how to play that game.
Shout out Glenn Robinson.
That's a really good. I never.
That is a good comp.
Yeah.
It is a good comp, but I'm trying to think of the greatest Big Ten basketball player I've seen.
Yeah.
Because he's absolutely one of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't, Cassie Russell, none of us saw him. None of us saw Rudy Tomjanovich or Bill Bunton.
I saw him get knocked out.
Thanks, Kermit Washington.
Yeah, that was a dirty move.
Magic Johnson obviously comes to mind.
100%.
Has to, right?
Yeah.
And there are certain players at Indiana, Isaiah Thomas, but he only played 2 years. Yeah. Steve Alford and how good he was. Scott Skiles and how good he was, right? Trey Burke was a big national player of the year, of course. 100%. How can you not at least include him in some type of conversation, right?
I would.
Scott May at Indiana was an amazing player as well. So the Big Ten has had so many great players come through it. I'm not sure. Look, that Illinois team in 1989 that was beaten by Michigan in the Elite Eight or Final Four? Final Four, I think, was so freaking good with Kendall Gill leading the way.
Ooh.
Okay, Nick Anderson. Those guys were awesome.
Yep.
Awesome players. So, just made me think in a little trip down memory lane. What about today? What about in the NCAA tournament now? Who are some of the best players you think you've enjoyed watching thus far?
I was looking up Big Dog stats. He averaged 24-9 as a freshman.
It's not very good.
As a freshman, that's so tough.
Oh my God.
Cam Boozer, yeah, we know what he is. You got a chance to really see him put it on display. Shout out to him and his father, who I know actually.
Carlos Boozer.
Yeah, I got a little something in mind. But yeah, shout out to him and his father. But he put on the clinic. He really went to work in that second half. Did his thing. Darius Acuff is starting to have since the SEC tournament.
CT.
You already know, man. Shout out to Detroit Public Schools, man. Little Cavs Tech situation. But he's starting to have one of those tournaments like a Carmelo Anthony to where you're like, this is a freshman phenom that's doing it. Like, people don't remember how you want to talk about performances. Go check out Carmelo Anthony, what he did that run at Syracuse 2003 team. 2002, 2003. But Yaxel Lindenborg, we know where he was. Didn't necessarily play the best in the opening game against Howard. However, followed up with a 27-point game, took over. Keaton Wagler's a guy who can shoot the blood, man. And Keaton Wagler can shoot the blood. He can get to his spots. I like him a lot. You got to be careful.
They need him against Houston because Houston's really good defensively.
1,000%. Alex Carabin is doing his thing as a leader, as a experienced vet.
Doesn't score a lot, but hits some big shots.
27 points last game. 27 has been the number in the tournament. I'm starting to notice. And then honorable mention. We know what Jeremy Fears is here. We talk about him enough. We talk about him ad nauseum, getting everybody involved. He's not necessarily leading that Michigan State team in terms of scoring, but he's leading them in all other facets and ways. Cooper and Cohen and Carr doing their thing.
He's a hell of a player.
Watch out for Purdue, man. Like, it's one of those situations we talked about in those tournaments is if you can mess around and get hot, you mess around and win that, you start to use the momentum for the end of the season, going through the tournament. Big Ten, they were able to knock off Michigan. I think they've been riding that wave. They've been playing really good. Clough, big guy, and banging up in there. And then you got Braden Smith. He's once again another guy that can shoot from anywhere on that deep perimeter. So look out for Purdue. But these are some people that I'm paying attention to. A lot of Big Ten in there, man.
Yeah, I love it. London Borzic's such a great story. He really is. How can you not root for Acuff if you're a Detroiter? You have to. Smith is the all-time assist leader now in the history of college basketball. He overtook Danny Hurley. And Jeremy Fears, I know how people have viewed him outside of MSU, but you can't deny he can dangle, he can get guys involved, he can shoot it from the outside, and he can create shots.
And no dirty plays so far.
Not in the NCAA tournament. Do you think Cam Boozer's the best player in America?
No. I don't think he's good.
That was pretty quick.
Because I don't think it. I didn't think it. I watched him 4 times in the regular season, and now I've watched him in the tournament twice. Like, I just still don't see it. I see a good basketball player. I see great fundamentals. I see his father. I see the work that he's probably done since his young age. I don't see enough to be the best basketball player. I see a good player.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I see, and I've said this probably ad nauseum throughout my career. I see a really good, if not great, college player.
Yes.
That doesn't mean you're automatically going to be a great player at the next level.
Right.
We've seen it in all kinds of different examples throughout our careers.
I'm not gonna lie, like I know this sounds crazy. This absolutely sounds crazy. So I'm letting you know now it's okay to call it crazy. I wouldn't say he wouldn't. I'm not so sure he wouldn't benefit from another year in college.
Oh, I think you're right about that.
Like another year, I know it's a different area. He's like voted to be number one. I think he'll go third in this draft.
Okay.
AJ DeBonds is gonna go number one. Just like the pure talent, what he's able to do, and all the different things. I think he goes one. I think the guy you don't like goes second. Darren Peterson.
It's not that I don't like him. Let me
you
just
don't like
clear
his
that up.
actions, which fair. I don't like them either.
I'm looking for. This is really hard. I look for consistency, and I haven't seen enough of that from him. When he's on the floor, he's dynamite.
Yes.
I don't like having a question mark and am I going to get him? What kind of player am I getting on a nightly basis?
This is also the problem with load management in the NBA. This is also, and now it trickles down to the collegiate level. If you got players starting off in college like Darren Peterson, like, look, I'm not playing tonight. Like, yo, I'm out. That's my time. These are the minutes. Or I'm just not going to play this game.
Yeah.
You're starting to do that in college. You're going to be the same, you know what, to do that at the professional level because they're already giving you 17 games that you can sit out. You're really going to manipulate that.
I've got to be consistent because if I'm going to rip DJ Moore last year for running off the field while a play is going on, then I have to be able to at least apply that to a guy like Peterson. And if I'm going to give him all that money, he's a hell of a talent. There's no doubt about that. That's good stuff. Appreciate that. As always, that's really good research. Listen, we got rapid fire. I hope we've researched this because you better be ready.
I'm ready.
So we got some really tough ones and really good ones, we think anyway. Rapid fire with Braylon Edwards when we come back, plus some super chats and anything that Kool-Aid deems necessary from the chat. Smash that like button. We always appreciate it. All that and more coming up after this from Estates Title and Pure Psychiatry.
Whether you're buying a home or refinancing, the team at the State Title Agency makes the closing process simple and convenient. And I always tell you when it comes to this read, my guy in the B, him and his crew, they're going to make it convenient for you. They're going to make it simple for you. They're going to take all the decision making out of the situation and make it good for you. The State Title Agency has been proudly serving Michigan since 2003. That means they have the experience. That means they know what you need and they know how to provide it for you. Combine that with Navee's expertise, they can guide any title or escrow transaction to a smooth landing. For all your title deeds, you know the rest. Call Mr. Deeds.
Hey, man, I was just talking about Peterson at Kansas and what kind of guy are we getting. He could be going through some stuff. I don't know. All right? You could be going through some stuff. And people don't know. There's a lot of things that are happening in people's lives that not everyone is attuned to. Pure Psychiatry understands that. They understand that real life can be challenging. But we want you to know you're never alone. Pure Psychiatry wants you to know you're never alone. They have personalized psychiatric care designed specifically for you. All you got to do is go to the website, purepsychmi.com. They'll set you up. They've got 16 locations in the state of Michigan. They've got another couple in Ohio. They will make getting help accessible and comfortable. purepsychmi.com.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill sub-zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
Injuries? Big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith. New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. The Tigers are the best team in baseball. Get the best coverage in Detroit right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Every Scooble start, every green homer, and all the action can be followed on all of our social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's World Series or bust, Detroit, and we are here for the ride. Woodward Sports.
And Sweet 16 fires up tonight. Get your bets in. Get those units in. And get up on that Caesar Sportsbook app, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Because you can bet any bet up to $1,000. And if you lose, you get that back. All you got to do is scan the QR code, enter the code Woodward1000. If that first bet does not hit, you get that deposit back up to $1,000. You heard that. $1,000. Minimum bet, $20. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000 or scan the QR code on the screen. And it's time to dump those sugary energy drinks and level up with Thrive Energy pouches made right here in the US of A. Thrive delivers fast-acting energy and elite cognitive focus using all natural caffeine. The best part? All clean, all energy, all natural. Zero sugar, absolutely zero crash. Grab Thrive Energy in an assortment of flavors such as wintergreen peach, peppermint, cinnamon. Scan the QR code or excuse me, scan the QR code on your screen right now or go to dipstop.com to grab a tin. Use promo code WSN at checkout to get 50% off your entire order. Seriously, y'all, they just effing work.
Tell you what else works. Sam Adams. Oh, cherry wheat. So good. That is full body right there. That is a good-looking beer, and it's made with real Michigan cherries. Smooth enough to sip at a game or smooth enough to drink it quickly and quickly order another one. Sam Adams cherry wheat. $5 shorts at Art and Jake's location across the state of Michigan on Mondays, on Thursdays, so that means tonight, and on Saturdays as well, which is perfect timing because of the NCAA tournament. Sam Adams, cherry wheat. Please drink responsibly.
And
Yes, sir.
1-1, Michigan State and UConn into the second period, everybody. Into the second period. Let's get ready for rapid fire. Are you ready? Good.
ready.
I'm glad you're ready. All right. We do this every Thursday. We give Braylon a number of different quick questions, and then he's got to answer them and give us his thoughts. You ready? And by the way, he is not giving these ahead of time. He's got to be thinking on his feet here. A1. Ready?
Yep.
When would you extend, if at all, Jahmyr Gibbs?
I would extend him this year.
Really?
I would.
Okay.
I would extend Jahmyr Gibbs this year, and this is why. He has until May 1st to sign the extension, or the Lions do. He does. May 1st, sign the extension.
Bijan got his today.
Yeah.
Oh, was that finalized today?
Yeah, I saw that just pop up. Bijan got his stuff today. I'll pull it up. And
Okay.
We'll put that up there then.
Yeah.
This is
I'm about
part
to
of
get
the
it right now.
conversation.
Yeah, that's big.
Yep.
It's
I
part of the
didn't
conversation.
realize that.
What did he sign for?
Yeah, I'm about to pull that up right now.
All right, I'll say less. I'll say what I had to say, and then we can figure this out. Yeah, I would extend him. I would extend him this year. This is why, like, legitimately, if you extend in 26, you save money in 27 and 28, and you're not looking at paying him 25 to 26 million next year or the following year, because the money's only going to go up. I would extend him. I would make it happen this year. I think when you look at him, you're looking at a weapon. You're looking at the identity of what the Detroit Lions.
He's not just a running back.
He's not a running back. I know that the money and the market value for the average running back or the regular running back, the traditional style running back is differing and it's starting to go down and starting to devalue, but not when you're talking about individuals like Jahmyr Gibbs, who's such a threat at the wide receiver position as well and can do things like you saw first player overtime against the Giants. Markets like that for him, Bijan, CMC, who kind of really got this thing going, Saquon Barkley when he got paid. It's a different type of running back that you're going to get. He's the weapon. As much as we love Amon-Ra St. Brown, as much as he's done, Jahmyr Gibbs is the guy that stirs the drink here in Detroit. He's the guy that you go through. He's the guy that you're basing your hopes and dreams on as you're getting rid of David Montgomery. So with that being said, I will extend now. It will save you a lot of money if you do it this year. The money goes up every year. I think you do it this year.
So you think he's the face of the
not
Lions?
yet. Not yet for Bijan Robinson.
No,
Oh,
I
not
think
yet.
so.
Okay. You do.
And you're also staying away from having to pay 25, 26 mil. Like, I legitimately would get him 4 years. I would offer him 4 years, $88 million. Make him a $22 million a year running back right now. That's just the nature of the business.
Sure.
When looking at weapons like Jahmyr Gibbs, like 100%, you're losing certain players off your team. Take Jahmyr Gibbs off the Lions. Like, he's a special type of player, regardless of, what he wasn't able to do, and he's only going to get better. Like, some of the lapses that you saw last season where there's games we saw where he disappeared, where he didn't have more than 30 rushing yards, or he didn't have more than 70 total rushing yards.
Or he didn't block as well that you pointed out during Braylon's breakdown.
100%, but that's going to get better. The offensive line is going to get better. They already started that move with Cade Mays. The offensive coordinating is going to get better. They already brought in Drew Petzing, somebody that can focus on the run game, focus on 13 and 12 personnel, and they've added Mike Kafka for the passing game so that they still have that element. So I think with that changing, that getting better, he's going to be the best version of himself. He's going to be worth it. You want to get ahead of this now. Like, you don't pay him, you piss him off, and down the line somehow he's able to get out of your door, get out of your building, and get somewhere else. I just wouldn't flirt with that.
Okay, if not, and you don't extend him, his cap hit next year is going to be about $14-15 million. Now that free agency is basically over, what is the Lions' biggest need?
Offensive tackle. It's not even close.
Still.
It's offensive tackle. They didn't adjust. They didn't add the offensive tackle.
You don't like Larry Borum?
It's not that. It's not that I don't like Larry Borum. Like, the situation of need does not change because you add two guys that are. I was almost saying something disrespectful because you add two guys that are depth pieces. It doesn't change the fact that you need a left tackle. Because you do. Like we heard,
or a right if you move Sewell.
Yeah, and Brad Holmes said, yeah, May, I don't know. I don't know how to read Brad Holmes anymore. I don't know what that was. So I don't know if he's going left or if he's staying right. But you don't have an opposite tackle right now. That's the best way to say it. You do not have an opposite tackle. Last year, your line was not very good. Last year, your line is why your team struggled on offense. And when the offense struggles, the defense struggles.
Passing and running.
So when talking about the tackle position, the offensive line is the straw that stirs this drink, and the tackle position, you got to get that together. So I would go tackle, edge, safety, cornerback.
In that order.
In that order.
Think about this for a minute. You don't have anything opposite Aiden Hutchinson. You don't have anything opposite Penei Sewell either. And those are two pretty big and important pieces. Seahawks are going to open on a Wednesday to start the year. A Wednesday, not a Thursday night. Yeah. They've decided to move it to a Wednesday. The Rams and Niners will play in Melbourne. How much of this international scene and the pushing, I guess in the first week it doesn't matter that much, the pushing of the season closer and closer toward the middle of the week is enough?
I just don't even care.
You don't?
It's one of the things I don't even care about anymore because they're going to keep, because it keeps going. They're going to keep forcing it. Like at the end of the day, it's not going to change into one of these international situations or crises or wars or debates or whatever the hell is going on in the country affects the business. Until something that's going on abroad affects the business, it's going to keep expanding and keep doing things like this, like playing in Australia on a Wednesday. You do realize Australia is in the future. It's the first place to get New Year's Day. Like, so they're legitimately playing a futuristic game. That game's on Wednesdays, and we're not going to see it till Thursday. It's being funny, but
yeah, no, I get you, but you're right.
The NFL, like, it's all about expanding. It's about global domination. It's like Pinky and the Brain from back in Animaniacs, try to take over the world.
I suppose I just don't know what they're trying to get to. I get that they're making it popular all around the world, but they're not. You're not going to have a league in Melbourne, for crying out loud.
You may not have a league in Melbourne, but here's the thing: you're showing teams. You're showing continents as well as countries that we're open for business. The NFL is showing you they are open for business,
and maybe they get talent from those countries.
No. How much would you pay if you're London for the Super Bowl?
I see.
How much would you?
That's the big play.
That's the play.
That's the long play. I got you.
That's the long play. Is how much can we package the artists? Well, you can have your own artists.
Good job, man. That's good thinking.
So I think
I never looked at it like that. Now it's forced me to change my mind.
Some countries say we'll give you, I don't know what it's worth. We'll give you $100 billion.
Yeah, just to get people there and get that on the map and all that other stuff for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Joe Flacco says teams are dumb not to sign him. Why do you agree or disagree with that?
It depends on how he was saying that. If he's saying teams are dumb to not pick him as a starting quarterback, then he's dumb for saying it.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about he's saying it as a backup, he's absolutely correct. Mm-hmm. Like, we watched Phillip Rivers almost win 2 games last year. Not Phillip Rivers. Yes. We watched that.
Yes.
That
was painful to watch.
It was so stupid that my mind was like, are you sure? Yeah. Sure? Yes, we watched a fat Phillip Rivers.
Yes.
Almost should have won the first game.
He was close to Jared Lorenzen-esque.
And how many times have you said, if this guy could step in? If you're talking about stepping in, Joe Flacco has shown you time and time again he can step in. 2 years ago, he won Comeback Player of the Year, and he led his team to the playoffs in only 13 games. Got Cleveland to the playoffs where they got popped against the Texans, and that's the other reason why you don't need him as a starter. He's still going to throw you. If you start him as a starter, he's still going to throw you the ball. So if you're bringing him in as a stop, like, can you imagine having Joe Flacco if Jared Goff went down for 2 games?
Feel a lot more comfortable than Kyle Allen or Teddy Bridgewater.
And you're playing freaking the Dolphins and the Falcons. I'd be like, we're winning those games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Chalk that up.
He's right as it relates to a backup quarterback. I would.
All right, we talked about this yesterday. ESPN ranked the Lions free agency 3rd best in the league.
Yeah.
You frowned at that. Where do you rank them?
18 to 22.
Wow. That's a massive difference.
18 to 22.
Damn. Yeah. Okay.
Real talk.
All right.
18 to 22, and the K-May signing, the depth pieces, if that's the route you want to go, that's what gets them to an 18. Like, outside of that, you let go of major players, you have major holes to fill, and you filled none of them.
You like 2 players, let's face it. You like Cade Mays and Roger McCreary. Isaiah Pacheco's not bad.
I like what Isaiah Pacheco's going to bring
so there's
for
3
what they're
guys.
going to play him at, but there's 2 guys I got excited about.
Okay.
And that's McCreary and that's Cade Mays.
Okay.
Those are my 2. So I think they're 18 right now. You have major holes that realistically, you haven't filled. You lost impactful players and haven't necessarily brought in impactful players. And if I'm looking at what your team is, you still got holes at edge. You still have holes at tackle. You still have holes at safety. You still have holes at cornerback. You still have holes at linebacker. Like after the season, when you go 9-7, by this time I should feel at least a little bit better about 2 of those positions, and I absolutely do not. So when you look at it from that standpoint, how can I look up here and say they belong in the top 10? 18 is being nice.
Fair enough. Last question for rapid fire on this Thursday for Braylon Edwards. Which draft position has the most depth in your mind?
I say edge and backer. Although like wide receivers, every draft you can find some wide receivers. So wide receiver would never be past 2 to 4, but this draft, I think you're going to get edge rushers. Last year, there were only 5 edge rushers drafted in day 1 on the first day. This year, I think you'll have much more than that, as well as the backer position, which I also believe we need. I keep saying that.
So would you throw Sonny Styles in as a backer or as an edge?
A hybrid, but he's more of a backer.
Okay.
But he's a hybrid. And then interior offensive lineman. There's a lot of good interior offensive linemen, like your guy Vega from Penn State. So. Yeah. Those would be the 3 for me.
Yeah, I was going to say offensive line in general. I've been looking at a lot of mock drafts, just like you have and everybody has, and I've noticed that there's a lot of – if you look at just the tackles position, there's about 5 or 6 tackles who are ranked in the top 23 overall players. Like if Detroit's at 17 and they get the 3rd or 4th best tackle, they're still getting a hell of a player. And – it varies on exactly where you think some of those best players are in terms of that position. Yeah. Some people think it's Caleb Lomu. Some people think it's Blake Miller. You know, we could go on and on and on. Right, yeah. So there's about 5 tackles that I viewed as first-round worthy. So I thought that had a lot of depth, but your point about edge rushers makes a ton of sense.
Which is very good for the Detroit Lions because the ones that have we said they need a tackle. Well, this is a big draft as it relates to tackles, the offensive line in general. Talk about edge. This is an edge-led draft. Realistically, this particular season, they need a backer. Guess what? Backer's number 3 in this draft, and they need a safety DB. Safety DB is number 4 for this draft, but. These are positions of need, and this is a draft where maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's the play.
So let me give you a quick example real quick just to get to baseball because the Tigers play the Padres tonight, and we'll get into that, but we're going to do Build It with Braylon coming up here in a moment on the Braylon Edwards Show here on Woodward Sports. Paul Skeens started this afternoon against the Mets, all right? Paul Skeens is arguably the best pitcher in baseball. He got pulled after about 37 pitches. And immediately, if you don't watch the game, if you don't see the highlights, you immediately think, okay, he blew up. Bases were loaded. His team was up 2-0 or 2-1, I believe. Bases loaded, makes a good quality pitch, fly ball to center field. O'Neal Cruz comes in, ball goes over his head, all the way to the wall, clears the bases. I think Brett Beatty hit it. So it was a righty on lefty situation. So I think it was Brett Beatty. Anyway, it's not an error. It's not an error because
O'Neal must still be at the WBC.
maybe he
still
is
out there jumping around.
So the point is, even though it's not marked as an error, those are earned runs. It's sure. Paul Skeens, for the most part, did his job. He got a fly ball to center field. Probably would have tied the game. I mean, it's deep enough to go and be a sac fly. Shouldn't have cleared the bases. Yeah. And those are some of the little things that take place in baseball. I'm sure a lot of people will look at that. 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 earned runs. His ERA, in which he led the league a year ago, I believe, his ERA is now 67.5.
Let me ask you this question.
That's a really tough thing to kind of needle its way down.
Good thing it's game 1.
Yeah, no kidding.
But with that said, though, Shep, you see Logan Webb yesterday get blown up. You see Paul Skeens get blown up. And now I'm wondering, is this a residual of the WBC? Because we also have a pitcher that pitched in the WBC Classic. Like, is that a part of that, or is just it's nothing?
It's a great question. I didn't see the whole Mets Pirates game today, obviously, because he gave up 4 hits. I don't. Logan Webb got hit hard. I don't know about Paul Skeens, so I don't know if he got lit up. Max Fried gave up 2 hits, 3 hits. Last night,
and then kind of settled in a little bit.
3 and settled in. He walked the first batter on 4 pitches for crying out loud.
I was watching.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm glad you found it.
Then
on
came
Netflix.
back with 2 balls.
Yeah.
On the next batter.
On the next batter, after throwing a strike. Yeah. Last night, I'm sure there were a lot of pissed off people watching it on Netflix. If you're the Yankees, and I'm glad I'm not, but if you're the Yankees, aren't you kind of pissed off that your hometown team and hometown announcers and all that other stuff don't give you opening day?
Right.
And this is what's happened with baseball. And this is what's happened with sports in general, quite honestly. And to me, it's bull crap. I hate it.
So that was my question. Like, why are the Yankees playing the Giants? Excuse me. Why are the Yankees in San Fran for opening day?
I don't know, but I can't be hypocritical here because I've said the cold weather cities,
right.
New York, Boston, Detroit, Philadelphia, should start the year out west. Because you know you're going to get, unless everybody redoes their stadium and gives you a dome or a retractable roof. I think everybody, if you're going to get a new ball club, you should have a retractable roof. It should be a mandate by Major League Baseball. It's unfair to fans. They're going down to a ball game. They want to know they're going to play. You shouldn't have to wait 2.5 hours for them to come out and say, you know what? Sorry, we've got a really strong front coming through. We're going to cancel. We're going to play tomorrow at 1:15 as part of a double dip while you're working. That's bullcrap. But I will say I like the fact that the teams out east start out west because you can plan for it. You can literally leave from Arizona or Florida and go right there. You don't have to worry about that turnaround time. West Coast teams don't like it for obvious reasons. Kids are in school. They got a chance. You know, they want their fans out there, and they want their kids out there, and they want to make money just like everybody else. So, but yeah, I mean, that's why they're starting out there, I would guess.
My rookie year, we played Houston at the Reliant Stadium.
Reliant
is what it used to be. That was the first retractable roof. So we play at Reliance retractable, and I'm like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is all right. And then I go back to Cleveland, like where it's legitimately like -5 and snowing. And I'm like, why doesn't every NFL team have a retractable roof?
Agreed.
Like, this is absolute nonsense.
Yeah, baseball should do it too. I mean, Seattle's got one, and it makes a lot of sense because they get some rain,
Right.
obviously. Would it not be great for us to have one? Open it up on a beautiful summer day. Keep it closed when it's raining so we know we're going to get it. Milwaukee's got one.
Sounds like a great idea.
Man,
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Don't get me started, because if you're north of the Mason-Dixon line and you're on water, you better have a retractable
Amen.
roof.
Yeah.
Like, all these stadiums off the water, you know what happened was end of November, December. You know what time it is, January.
When Cleveland gets one,
March,
right?
April.
Cleveland's getting a new one. The Browns.
Yeah,
is it going to be retractable?
It's on the east side. It is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it makes a lot of sense, and it's smart.
They got away from the water too. They like doubled up.
Yeah, really smart. Hey, speaking of the Tigers, let me ask you guys. Give me 3 off the beaten path, off the wall predictions. 3. I'll give you my 3. Ready? I think Framber Valdez is going to throw more innings than Tarek Skubal. That's number 1.
Okay.
I think Dylan Dingler is going to go from 12 homers to 20. That's the last thing that usually comes in baseball, but Riley Green went from 11 his second year to 24 his third. So I think there's a good shot at that. 20 is a lot for a catcher because there's a lot of wear and tear, and you got the mindset of handling the pitching staff. It's tough, man. It's really tough to have 20. I think 7 catchers last year had 20 or more. But again, these are off the wall, and I'm going to give it a shot. And lastly, I think Riley Green hits fewer homers than he did last year, 36, but drives in more runs than he did last year, 111. So those are the 3 off-the-wall bold predictions on my end. How about you? You got 3 for me?
I do. This is completely crazy.
Okay.
Maybe not crazy, but it's up there. All right. Tigers missed the playoffs.
Who? It's opening day.
Kool-Aid felt like he just went out and had that first freeze.
I looked around, man, like, oh my God.
You told me to go off the wall.
Kool-Aid thought he was dreaming.
You told me to go off the wall. We're still trying to look at who's going to be the bats for the Tigers, man. Who's going to be that consistent batter there, man. I'm just throwing it out there.
Hey, keep it real.
I got... It's such a contradiction because my next one's like Framber Valdez wins more games in school.
Okay.
So I have wins more.
Okay. I had more innings. Okay.
And then I got K-Mac as a rookie of the year and all-star.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
So Kevin McGonigal is going to be an all-star?
Yeah.
Wow.
You said off the wall.
Yeah, that would take a lot. Good for you. I like the mindset.
Yours is more like realistic. Mine is like, mine's like last second, like, wait, what? But hold on. But hear me out, though. But hear me out. Last year, I said Javi Baez was going to be an all-star before the season started.
Mm-hmm. You did.
I said Javi was going to be an all-star before the season started. So
Not sure you said it in center field, but I give you credit for that.
I said Javi Baez was going to be an all-star.
That's all that matters.
Right.
Kool-Aid, give me 3 off-the-wall bold predictions for the Tigers.
Or was that Javier Baez?
By the way, Michigan State scored. They're up 2-1.
There you go.
All right.
There you go, Smarty. Get it together.
All right.
Yep.
Off the wall predictions.
Yes, sir.
Like Michael Jackson, man.
All right. This is going to be crazy. But Riley Green, under 180 strikeouts.
Under 180. He had 201 last year.
201 last year.
201,
Yep. I believe that the Tigers are going to prove to have. I'm going to regret saying this. Look at
Riley's going for 260.
At least 4 quality bats. I think it's going to be.
Define quality for me.
Okay, we're not going to be searching for Shep's face, dog. Shep, you can't look at me like that. I feel like we're going to have the bats necessary. I can't look at Shep when I say this. We're going to have the bat. Gosh, he's on my preview monitor.
I look like this.
He's everywhere.
I'll look down.
Listen, I feel like we're going to have the bats necessary to drive in the runs when it matters most. We saw them fail at this in the playoffs the last couple of years.
Yep.
I like this lineup. I think it's a sneaky good lineup. Not a whole lot of like power, so to speak. I think there's sneaky power, but I believe we have a little bit more consistency in this lineup if they can stay healthy.
So would it be fair to say, and I'm going to stay looking down, is it fair to say you expect the Tigers to score more runs this year instead of one individual than they did last year? They scored 758, which is 11th in all of Major League Baseball.
I do. I expect them to go up in that list,
Okay.
and I expect there to be less of those kind of strikeouts in big moments. There will still be some that
Okay.
make us scratch our heads, but we will see an improvement out of this.
Because they ranked 26, which is not good, okay? Among the worst in all of strikeouts. That was bad.
Yeah.
In fairness, though, to you.
They have to get better is what I'm holding on.
In fairness to you, the Yankees struck out more, and look at what they did. All right. Those are good. That's 3, right?
Yeah, those are crazy. Okay. I can't wait until we talk about the real ones.
All right.
I was trying to get off the wall.
Sweet potato Cam. Give me 3 off-the-wall predictions.
3 off the wall. Get ready. Put your seatbelts on.
Let's do it.
Javi Baez.
Oh, shoot.
Joins the 20-20-20-20 club. Let's go.
That is absolutely insane.
Let's go. You want off the wall?
Yeah.
You got it, baby. Let's go.
I will say this.
Valdez now.
In fairness to you, I mean, you gave me off the wall.
Valdez.
I give you credit. You realize he's only stolen 20 bases once in his career.
This is the season for the second season.
Okay, good. I love it. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Valdez, 2 no-hitters.
2 no-hitters?
Yeah, we're going back complete games. Yes.
Wow.
The Iron Horse gives us not 1 but
2.
Wow. Okay, Nolan Ryan. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Do you know if he's ever thrown one?
I don't care. It don't matter.
Fair.
We went off the wall. We went
like
off the wall here.
I absolutely love it.
All right.
I love it.
That would be outstanding. He did lead the league in complete games last year with 2.
Okay.
So, all right.
I did know that.
That's the response that you give to somebody who doubts you. Go ahead.
Yes.
Last one.
And the last one, Torkelson eclipses 40 home runs.
That was That's actually the first one that came to mind.
That's a good one.
Let's go.
I mean, he did have a better iron last
That is
season
more
than he
doable
did.
than the other 2.
I had to throw in a semi-realistic.
Yeah.
Semi-realistic. Yeah. I want to see what these Tigers do this year, man. Like, realistically, I expect a lot out of them. I'm on the Matt Shep bandwagon this year as it relates to expecting out of these Detroit Tigers, and they were the only team in the division being top 10 in spending, and that's what we've been complaining about for years. You wanted Chris Ellis to spend. You wanted him to go out and make the move. Well, he went out and made a couple moves, especially the one that we're talking about now, Framber Valdez. So looking at it from that lens, looking at what it typically takes to win this division, which is 88 wins or so, is right around there. I see this Tiger team winning this division. I see them being right around 90, 91.
Yeah, I said 90 the other day
so,
to your question, so I think you're right about that. I mean, if they're healthy, that's always a precursor for sure. And to your point, this is a team.
We the only city that uses that? Because
when healthy?
Yes. Because of how much their health has plagued us, especially the last 4 years. It's been a lot of health issues.
Attrition's been an issue.
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah.
I actually didn't think of it. Hutchinson, right? Cade Cunningham.
Everybody on the Lions. Just start there.
Yeah, just about everybody on the Lions.
Dylan.
Larks.
Jaden Ivey's complete.
Twice.
His career changed.
Everything changed.
Right?
Yeah.
Tigers, the Tigers last year, who did they lose for an extended period of time with injury that was so vital to them?
Pitching?
If you say Alex Cobb, you're getting punched in the liver.
Well, no.
I was sad to see Joe with the elbow stuff.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that one sucked.
That would be the answer because he was your number 4 starter.
I feel like it was a whole starting rotation though. Reese Olson out.
But Reese Olson, you almost expect
Job.
that. You almost expect Reese Olson. I don't think he's ever started more than 21 games.
Javi Baez was out 2 years ago. Do we not forget that? I'm joking. Because Javi didn't play in the playoffs in 24. Javi didn't play in the playoffs. Neither did Torkelson.
But that was because they weren't very good. I'm sorry. All right.
I'm saying
Javi had hip surgery.
Pitching, Flaherty, he made a lot of starts. Mize made a lot of starts. Right? So I don't recall that. But the Jackson Job's a good one. It's a really good one. But the 90 wins is I think they can win 90 games for sure. I think it's a team that can make some noise in the postseason as well because I love their bullpen. I like their starting pitching. I'm not going to lie. I'm worried about after Valdez. Skubal, Valdez might be the best 1-2 punch in all of baseball. Seattle's got an argument for sure, right? Philly's got an argument. The Dodgers have an argument. But I worry a little bit about Flaherty based on last year, really the last 2 years. I worry a little bit about Verlander because of age. If he gives you 150 innings, I'm good. Mize, can he make that next step? Those are legitimate questions about the starting rotation.
What for the Detroit Tigers is fixable from last season without bringing players in? Obviously, we know about the bats we brought in, blah, blah. But what should the Detroit Tigers
plate discipline?
Got you.
Plate discipline more than anything else, and putting the ball in play.
Hold for it.
So look at BABIP, batting average, balls in play. Detroit's got to be better in that regard, and that's where your guy, Kevin McGonigal, should be better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited for Kevin McGonigal, man. They've hyped me up. They've hyped me up on him, and I watched some more video. I watched some more footage. I started watching some of his high school stuff. I was like, okay, this guy can actually play. So I'm all in on K-Mac.
I am too, but I'm also going to be realistic about my expectations.
That's fair.
All right. I do not want him to
flame out.
I just don't want everybody to think that suddenly he's going to be Al Kaline. Al Kaline literally went from high school, took a train, and played in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Okay? This is not who he is. I'm going to give him a chance to grow. I don't want him to struggle and then everyone go, oh, it's a bust. What were we thinking? No. Give the kid an opportunity to live through making mistakes. He's a tough-minded kid from what I hear. He comes from a tough upbringing for the most part. His dad, built a pitching machine in his backyard and actually messed around with it so it would throw knuckle curves and all this other stuff. I think everybody has said he's going to win batting titles. God, man, that's a lot. That's a lot to put on a kid. That's similar to what they did with Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. Those guys lived up to it. Let the kid live through some making mistakes and let him grow into the position. He's not going to hit a lot of homers, I don't think. I think it's going to be, everyone thinks, oh, it's a 300 hitter. Right away, really? Think of some of the greatest players of all time, and what are they hitting in their first year? Just give him some time to ease into Major League Baseball. That's all I ask, and I hope people do that. And I doubt that's going to happen because of today's society and social media and the like. Good job on rapid fire. You ready for building with Braylon?
Let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's do that. All right? Here we go. Well, let's bring it back to football, and we'll do that when we come back. After this from Dr. Pierce and Buddies, we're going to build that perfect team based on some money that we've given Braylon, like he needs it, and
where's that cash?
Yeah, and Dr. Pierce is coming up as well here on a Thursday edition of the Braylon Edwards Show. Dr. Pierce and Buddies. Ooh, that sounds good right now.
Had Buddies yesterday. I showed love on that one.
Yes, I did. I should have had more.
Jeff Pierce. Attention sports fans. Don't miss expert sports injury insights from Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. He comes on the show Tuesdays with Big D Energy, and he comes on today on Thursdays with Braylon Edwards and Shep. He gives you all the sports insights to let you know about your favorite athletes and what they're doing as it relates to their health journey and getting back on that field, ice, court, however you say. Here's how you help you stay in the game and perform at your best. Learn more at MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
The best unofficial holiday, and really it should be a holiday. I've always said this. Like, if you're the governor of Michigan, instead of promising you're going to fix the roads and not do that, what you ought to do is you ought to say, opening day is a state holiday. Let everybody enjoy opening day. It's Friday, April 3rd. Tigers downtown. We're kicking things off, live broadcast all morning long. The Grand Slam Opening Day Festival. Hang out with us. Talk baseball. Get fired up. Enjoy it. It's at Buddy's Pizza in downtown Detroit. That's the live watch party, everybody. We want you there.
Let's go.
Grab a slice of pizza, or 2, or 3. All right, take the damn box. Grab a cold drink. Watch the Tigers hopefully get a win and talk about it with us. Friday, April 3rd at Buddy's in downtown Detroit. Woodward Sports and the Tigers. What a winning combo.
Sub-zero, icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-zero.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
To any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut-rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
Gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways. cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again.
It's game on at Art & Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art & Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Looking for a night out with good service, great food, great people? Well, come and look no further than Black Rock Bar and Grill. Look, they're a top rock experience. This is where you want to party. This is where you want to rock, if you will. Food's amazing. Home with a steak on the stone. You see what I did there, man? Plus, they got all the deals that fit into your budget. They got the daily hour specials, the happy hour specials. They got the Thursday special, which is you get a 6-ounce sirloin, shrimp scampi, and your choice of soup, salad, and a side, covering all the bases, if you will. $19.99. The price point is very friendly as well. They're all around the state. Just pull up on them, man. Tell them Brother Network sent you, and guess what? They might show you some love.
It's a sweet hoodie. You look outside and it looks really, really bad. It looks nasty. You don't have to look nasty, though. You can look really good. You can look really sharp. How do you do that? Come into Lady Jane's. Get a nice haircut in a clean place, and you're out in a matter of moments looking sharp. Okay? Walk in, sign in. Before you know it, that's what's happening. Okay? That is what's happening. It's dope, in the words of my friend Kool-Aid. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
And we back.
After 2-1, Michigan State over UConn in college hockey right now. Let's welcome in our friend Dr. Jeff Pierce. He is the man who's got all the answers. You learn something when you listen to this man.
Let's go.
Yes, you absolutely do. It's with Michigan Sports and Spine Center, and he joins us here on this Thursday. Hi, Doc. How are you?
What's up, Doc?
I'm really good. How are you all?
Doing good.
How's y'all doing? I just got back from Austin, Texas. Got a you all going.
You got you got that Brian Kelly going on right now. Family.
Family.
Got the sun on him.
Now I want you to start dancing like Brian Kelly and doing this stupid stuff, right?
he called himself trying to connect to the younger generation, and he lost himself a little bit.
He lost the younger generation and the older generation. Hey, Doc, we got baseball going on, obviously. I wanted to ask you about a couple of guys here. First of all, some of the young players that the Tigers have. Troy Melton, he's going to miss opening day beyond due to right elbow inflammation, and rookie Jackson Jobe still out rehabbing an elbow flexor. Can you explain what those are to our audience and what the expected wait time and what they're doing to try and rehab it for us?
I mean, for the pitchers especially, it's been proven over the years that the elbow is a very important joint and to stay healthy, and it just gets so much wear and tear on a small joint that, for the most part, on pitchers, because they're overdeveloping, because they're using it so much, they get a muscle imbalance that can outgrow the actual joint. That's one theory that's going on. We know the Tommy John surgery. We know Struvel's had the Tom surgery. Is this something we need to worry about? Is it stronger because he had surgery? Is it better to be proactive and get some secret sauce on it early? I mean, all these things. So to talk about these guys specifically, you're talking about the flexor tendons. So here's your elbow, obviously. The flexors are the ones that bring it back. These are extensors here, and then the flexors are going this way. So you're talking about extension, which is more the tennis elbow, and then the flexion, which is the golfer's elbow. So which is the pitcher's elbow? It's actually both because of what they're doing. So the flexors are more like you're flexing this way here. Can you guys see me with my own anatomy?
I'm doing it right now because my flexors are bothering me.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
So the extensors, actually it is, if you put your fingers right on your joint where your tendon is, on the lateral side, the lateral epicondyle is really where the tennis elbow is, right here.
Right.
And you're gonna, if you just do it without flexing or squeezing the muscle in your hand, you can just feel the muscle moving. Now make a fist and cock it back. You're gonna see a lot more muscles engaging. So what you're talking about is there's multiple tendons in there. So each one of your fingers has an extensor that comes in here, and the same thing with the flexor on the inside, but you're bringing your elbow up.
Okay.
So when you bring your make the fist and bring it in, you can feel over that inside of your elbow all those muscles kicking in.
Okay, so what are they doing? What are they doing to try and fix this, to try and get them back as soon as Tiger fans want them back?
Well, I mean, they got a great training staff. One, they should be proactive. Like I always use the example, ice. Don't underestimate ice.
Okay.
There's a lot of things going on from modalities, electrical stim, ultrasound, all the old school stuff. But it's that cold plunge. It's the cold on there. Basically, when you think about it, for a pitcher, he needs to warm up. So he needs to heat his arm up. But when he's done, he's created a lot of inflammation around the elbow because of those special pitches, the way they throw the ball, the way they kind of come down on it. When you start doing that to yourself, you're going to understand which of those ligaments are actually kicking in. And, you know, when we say ligaments, but there's big muscles behind it too.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about an overgrowth of muscle because of their sports specialty. And sometimes it's overpowering for the joint. So you got to create that, what I call muscle balance. So a lot of times old school is rest, you know, sit them down, rest. 2 is secret sauce. 3 is, you know, traditional therapy.
Okay,
like,
good.
You know,
good. I mean, it's not going to be out of control. It's going to be. Sometimes it's the most simple answer is the best answer, and let's hope those guys are doing it. What about an NFL?
I was going to say now, Doc. When you say ice, that was a little joke. I was waiting to bring back. No, but the Detroit Lions, they've brought in a lot of players that have had injuries in the past. That's an ongoing, consistent conversation. Whether it's DJ Wonnum, whether it's Ben Barch, whether it's Damone Clark, you can go down the list. But I just want to talk about the quad injury that DJ Wonnum suffered 3 years ago. Eight sacks was his stats, blah, blah, blah. Hasn't necessarily been that defensive end since. But how serious is a quad injury? One of the things that I noticed about him, Doc, when I was breaking down film, he had really little legs once you got past the quad. I wonder, was that a part of it? And I'm just being honest. Talk about the quad injury from DJ Wonnum.
I mean, the quad is basically from the hip to the knee, correct?
Yeah.
So you're worried about that. So it's the front part of the leg. So it's not one muscle. It's 3 major muscles, but a lot more comes into play. And when you say that, you know, if he is muscle imbalance, that's a problem. Quad injuries are typically easy to come back from because it is a big muscle. It's a big piece of meat. But if you get like an old hematoma, which is a lot of old football injuries, where you get that you get like a buildup of the blood, and then that becomes a blood pocket into the thigh. And then if it's not treated properly, if it's not broken down properly, you're going to get scarring within the muscle that can't heal. So when you hear about lasers and electrical stimulation and ultrasound, you try to get into that deep muscle, not the surface muscle, but the deep muscle where some of this blood, I mean, these guys' thighs are like waist on certain people. It's deep down in there. If you don't correct that, if you don't get the full stretch of that muscle, you're going to get a disadvantage and it'll never come back. That's why, like, you can get calcifications, and for him to linger this long is extremely unusual in today's sports with the amount of sports science we have. I kind of pick on the player how dedicated was he? How dedicated was the team? Because these, they're not solvable overnight, but over a 3-year period to be lingering, I just start questioning his advisors and his way of being treated, to be polite. Okay. Sometimes I don't see the commitment. Sometimes they're like, well, I'll be okay. Or he wasn't advised correctly. A lot of people don't know when the blood pocket gets in there, you got a bruise. How many times did you hear, Braylon, in your football season, I got a helmet to the thigh. My thigh is killing, and you just rest it. It's the worst thing to do. You have to activate that muscle. You got to do the opposite. You got to be aggressive and bust it up.
You do. You got to bust it up and get that swelling, the inflammation out of there. And that process is very painful. I am speaking from experience. I want to ask you a question about Brad Holmes and the injured player situation. And it's not you putting him on the spot. It's not us saying that he's bringing in only injured players. What I want to say is when you, in your profession as a doctor, when you look at the list and you see every player signed and you notice that they have a major injury or they have something that's lingering, and you look, what does your mind tell you? What does your mind tell you the strategy of the Detroit Lions? I understand the cheaper way. I don't have a problem with that method. That's the new NFL. Everybody's doing shorter deals. People aren't getting necessarily the money that you thought they would get. So I get that part. But it seems like every single player that we bring in, it's a $1 million deal, and it's coupled with, well, he had a Liz Frank injury in week 13. He had an ankle in week 7. He had what we just talking about. He had a quad tear. He had an ACL. He had a dislocated knee. And we just brought a guy in with a dislocated knee. So it just seems like when you hear the moves, what is your thought process?
Yo, look, Ben Barch had 2 of those injuries last year that caused him to miss all but 7 games last year.
So am I overreacting as a non-MD, or is there something there?
Okay. I'm going to make an analogy that hopefully you find funny.
Okay.
But, I mean, right now, I really feel we're at TJ Maxx looking at the discount rack and seeing if we can find the Calvin Klein sweater.
That clearance.
That definitely clears. Because we were just talking about TJ Maxx a day or so ago, like legitimately. So it clears. It clears. Every once in a while, you can catch a nice little Ralph Lauren, some chaps or something, like underneath something. Like, how did this get here? No, you're right. That's what it feels like too. So good. It's not just me. It's not just me.
Hey, so let me ask you.
All I can think of it. I was going to answer the question for real.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I mean, for real. I've always done this, and I'm always looking at the glass half full. And I always say the guys that have injured, you got to look them in the eye. You got to know their mental strength and their football intelligence. And if Brad Holmes has a secret sauce for that, then we're going to get a lot of good bargains, okay?
It's a lot of secret sauce out there, Doc. A lot of secret sauce.
I'm telling you, it's going to be even more popular this year. But at this point, it's like, I love my analogy. I'm sorry, I'm going to toot my own, but it is. Can you find something good on the discount rack? And that's really where he's pushing. Yeah. And I think there's some gems there. And I think with good coaching and proper training and proper preparing and football smarts, can we find one of them? Yeah.
I don't know, man. He loaded up the entire shopping cart with it, though. I mean, he loaded up the entire shopping cart at Costco with
Nah, he ain't go to Costco.
Cheap stuff.
Yeah, he ain't go to Costco. Yeah, hold on. How dare you? How dare you try to shame Costco like that?
Only because you're going to get it at a discount. That's my point.
I feel you, but I take that Kirkland brand over what we got right now any day of the week. The Kirkland brand holds true.
Hey.
I had some Kirkland lamb chops last night.
Legendary.
I wouldn't mind LeVon Kirkland in my linebacker spot.
Hey, I'm trying.
All right, good stuff. Hey, Doc, thanks as always. I don't know where you're at. Oh, you said you're in Austin, Texas. Safe travels back home. Okay,
I'm back in Florida. But I know Kool-Aid wanted to push the elbow injuries. With Jay Morant, I just want to talk about Morant real quick with the PRP. Just understanding, you guys could read that. I can barely see it, but it's pretty much, if you have continued discomfort, if you have swelling, if you have anything lasting more than 2 days, especially 2 weeks. If you're, like I said at the beginning of the show, kind of feel your elbow from the inside outside, take your fist and cock it back. If it increases the pain, that's a problem. Obviously, there's a dislocation. But with Jay Morant, he's out for the season, which wasn't much left, especially with Memphis. But the thing that I really want to push is it's really becoming mainstream. I keep talking about the secret sauce stuff, but, they're announcing the platelet-rich plasma was given to him as an injection into the elbow. And it says it helps ligaments. It truly does. It's your own healing properties. We do that at Michigan Sports and Spine all day. It's something that advances the healing with your own body. It's your own platelets. So it's coming from you. It's drawn from you. It's spun down and put back into a high concentration. He's more of a difficult player with a pitcher. We heard about Ohtani, who did preventative PRP injections, and look where he is. I think the science is there. It's now identifying who's a good candidate. And obviously we do that at our office, but elbow is very important. I think it's one of the, I always say about the ankle being the most disrespected joint. I think elbow's right up there in the top 5. But you've got to take care of it. A pitcher, any type of professional athlete, but pitchers even more so. And the biggest thing I want to push right now is young athletes. They watch these professionals and they're throwing a lot of junk early. And what they're doing is they're going to be okay, but they're starting a wear and tear factor on that joint prematurely on a premature joint. And they're running into problems that 12, they started at 8 to 10 to 12, and then they're running into problems in 12 to 18, and it's ruining their scholarships and things like that. So you got to be smart with young pitchers. If you're a parent or whatever, you got to be really careful with start throwing the junk. I want to throw the screwball. I want to do all this. You got to be careful, and you got to, we'll be happy to evaluate you, but proper strengthening and conditioning is the best way. The catch-up plan never really works with a pitcher that's overthrowing. So there's a reason why there's pitch counts. There's reasons why young people shouldn't be throwing junk early, and proper development and understanding your growth patterns. So the reason I said there's a range, it's because when you're hitting puberty for a young athlete, that's the major part, because your bone's growing, your ligaments are growing. Your bones grow a lot faster than your ligaments and your muscles. So you can't be, when your child's in a growth phase, you want to be really careful how you're overdeveloping them. That's where a lot of problems come, and a lot of these kids don't see scholarships because of it. So sorry, I had to get that in there.
Thanks, Doc. Have a great weekend. Be careful on your way back home, okay?
All right, guys. I'll see you soon.
We'll see you,
Sounds great. Dr. Jeffrey Pierce joining us. Quick timeout, then build it with Braylon right after this from Massage Chair and Supreme Lending.
Let's get it. Hey, everybody, you already know the drill. Go ahead and scan that QR code over my head so you can get a jump on this information. You guys want to visit the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. It's the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, featuring top-tier brands like the Infinity and Osaki. You can see them there in the picture. We got the Osaki here in the studio, and it's fabulous. It's amazing. I wish I could take it home with me. No disrespect, honey. Experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the wellness doc and creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews at The Wellness Doc. Book your visit today at massagechairhouse.com or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
And buying a home or refinancing is a huge decision, and just like in sports, you need the right team behind you. That's why we're proud to welcome Supreme Lending to Woodward Sports family. As a full-service lender, they boast a 99% close-on time rate and a 97% customer satisfaction score. But wait, here's the game changer. When you apply for an eligible loan, mention Woodward Sports, and you will receive up to $500 off your appraisal. Score this deal. All you gotta do, call the numbers on your screen, talk to Chad and or Chris at Supreme Lending today.
Most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
And we back.
All right, counting it down here on the Braylon Edwards Show on this Thursday. Thanks for being with us here on Woodward Sports. Don't forget the heavyweights coming up at 5 o'clock. Every Thursday we do Build It with Braylon, where we give him options and a certain amount of money, kind of like a stipend, and then you got to build your best team.
Let's see what we got.
So let's do this with the NFL, shall we? Ready? All right. You've got $15. You've got quarterbacks, running backs, 2 wideouts, and tight end.
This is easy.
All right. You think they're all easy. I know you're going to take Lamar Jackson. I figured that.
You got Baligian Robinson for $1.
Right.
I'll have money left over. Yeah. I'm about to have some cheese left over.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
go right ahead.
All right. I'm on the clock right now.
Build it.
I got $15, man. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for $15, you know what my quarterback is.
Yeah.
Lamar.
I was about to say, you have $11.
Well, here, you giving me Joe Burrow for $2. Like, I don't know if I'm taking Lamar.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Joe Burrow
right.
for $2. I mean, shoot, even Josh Allen at $3 is
Yeah, give me Burrow too.
Yeah,
No CJ Stroud love.
Hell no. All right, here we go. Let's be honest. Let me get Joey B. Joey B's been to the Super Bowl. As much as I love Lamar Jackson, I am a results-based business. That's how my corporation runs. Give me Joe Burrow, who's always hurt. But give me Joe Burrow, Bijan Robinson. Assuming these players are healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I want Devontae so bad, but I'm like, he's not Devontae from like 5 years ago, but he's still good. If these players are healthy. It's 2 wide receivers. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, 2 wideouts.
Oh, in that case, yeah. Give me. Can I take Jefferson and Chase?
Jefferson
on the same
and Chase?
line. You know I like to play the same line.
Yeah, I mean, it's $15 to spend. If they got 2 wide receivers, you don't have to stay on that line.
Okay, if we're gonna do that $15 to spend, give me in all seriousness, give me Lamar, Jamar Chase, St. Brown, Bijan, and Laporta.
Okay, good. I went with Patrick Mahomes, Bijan Robinson, Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and George Kittle.
I'm just trying to figure out who was the genius that substituted Jahmyr Gibbs for Nick Chubb. But, yeah, I digress.
It's a great question.
Because that's exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah. So I figure I've got my mobile quarterback who's also very accurate. I got what I consider the best running back in football. I've got a touchdown machine. I've got a guy who can find the seams, and as you've always educated us, an outstanding runner, and a guy who is, I think, a better blocker and pass catcher than Travis Kelce.
12.
That's my $15.
Okay. I was adding my money up, making sure.
Yep, $15 for me. All right, Kool-Aid, go ahead.
Or do you just have to go Patrick Mahomes because he's got 3 Super Bowls? Nobody else over there.
That's what I did.
Has sniffed it. I'm giving you kudos. Yeah, I probably would do the same.
Okay. I thought for sure you're all about Lamar.
Look, I do got one.
Super Bowls.
I know, that's true. But neither is Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I'll take him. Neither is Justin Jefferson, I'd take him.
But what other receiver up there has a championship outside of
Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans?
I pass on both the versions of themselves now.
I get it. A.J. Brown?
See, that's actually where I was going to go, but like, you know what? They have to limit this. They got to give you a different budget on this one. Like, your budget should only be $12 on this one. Because it's too easy to create greatness. Like part of these that are fun is like, oh shoot, wow. Like when you're picking $1, it's a bargain. Bijan Robinson's the best running back in the league.
Yeah, what's the hardest decision
on this one?
I think you could any of the quarterbacks I'd be fine with except for CJ.
100%.
Okay.
Like, you're not forcing me to take anyone. Like they're all gifts.
Right. Running back Nick Chubb it's a joke that he's on there in the first place, but $3.
And is he $3? Like Taylor Robinson and McCaffrey are the best running backs.
I have no problem with any of the wide receivers.
Nope.
I probably wouldn't have Mark Andrews on there, but that's just me.
And
at the tight end.
He's got more touchdowns than all of them in the last.
Yeah, I think
three,
he's.
four,
Don't get me wrong. I think he's a really good player, but I mean, you're missing Trey McBride, obviously. Okay, go ahead, Kool-Aid. Fire away, baby.
I was actually going to use the time
I wouldn't
to
put Kyle Pitts up there.
shout out Michael Wary, who sent in a $2 super chat to build his offense. He says Patrick Mahomes, Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devontae Adams, and is that Bijan Robinson? I believe he has Bijan Robinson. And we also got a couple more from the chat.
Ooh.
Justin said
I got new
Allen, Taylor, Diggs, Jefferson, and Laporta.
Taylor, Diggs, Jefferson, and Laporta. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Hey, I'm going to tell the chat family, too. Get your build your offense into the chat. I'll definitely try and read these before we close up here. But let me see here. As I'm looking, I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson, man. Let's rock with Lamar Jackson.
That's what
I'm gonna go. I feel like Bijan Robinson is like the best value out of all the running backs, though.
He's the best value on the board, period.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on the board, period.
Yeah.
Let me see. So, yeah, Bijan, wide receiver.
I'm going to change the line.
I'm going to go.
You always do this.
Yeah. I'm going to go Devontae.
But at least this lets you know I don't look at it beforehand.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if I looked at it beforehand, I come here with 15 different lists. No, if I was making this serious, if I was making just one, after now assessing the situation, I would take Mahomes.
Yeah.
I would pair him with Jamar Chase, Super Bowl winner, been in a Super Bowl, and then I go get A.J. Brown, who also won a Super Bowl. So now I got, if I'm going by experience and talent, A.J. Brown, Chase, Mahomes, 2 of the 3 won Super Bowl, all 3 been in Super Bowl. I still have $5. Yeah.
Bijan?
Yes. Still Bijan. Very much
Even
so.
though Barkley's up there and he's got a Super Bowl. And
Nope, I'm taking Bijan, and then I still have enough money to take George Kittle.
I was about to say, enough money for you to sneak a lion on there.
Yeah, because you see,
You
5,
get Sam Laporta.
5, 4, is 9, is 13, and then dollar. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
So Mahomes, Chase, Kittle, Brown, Robinson.
I was going to do Burrow, McCaffrey, Cooper Kupp, fill in Alec Pierce, and put in George Kittle.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I thought you were going to say, man, every one of those is a white guy.
Hey, man. Well,
I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Sweet Potato Cam. I just want to get a reaction. I thought
All
you'd catch
right,
on.
hook me up with. Let's get Allen and the Bills.
Okay.
Bijan.
Of course.
You still have $11. It's
Yeah.
You have Josh Allen and Bijan Robinson, and you still have $11.
That's nuts.
Like, that's insane.
That is loco.
Yeah.
I mean, drawn to Jefferson.
You can get both of them.
Jefferson, so I got 3, 4.
So you get
$9.
$6 left. Yeah, you get $6 left.
And I want.
I mean, you could take Chase and Laporta.
Let me get a seat.
Really good.
Yeah. But I want St. Brown.
Okay. And then you got Mark Andrews.
What's so
But
funny
then I'll take
about
Laporta,
this?
though, and I got
Then you have
a
$1
buck
left over
remaining.
for popcorn, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about doing lists like this? When players are active, I don't know if it's just me, I can't see past the age they're at now.
Yeah.
So like when you do a lot of these lists and they have players retired, you always look at the prime.
Yeah. So it's hard to take Mike Evans.
I'm not exactly. Yeah. I'm not looking at I don't want Cooper Kupp. He had like a touchdown or two last year. So like I can't unsee where they are now.
I know.
Like Mike Evans, I love him 4 years ago.
Right. But I will say this, Devontae Adams, I mean, you can look at him now, he's still damn productive.
I love Devontae. He's my favorite wide receiver probably since Randy.
Yeah.
Because
it goes Rice, Randy.
I didn't have any favorite receivers when I played. Like when I played, it was it was me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of y'all.
I
But
don't
like when I
blame you.
retired, Devontae was my first favorite receiver since I retired.
Yeah.
So like that's my guy. Like he's legit. But when you look at last season, he's the beneficiary. As good as he is, he's the beneficiary of having one, the MVP at quarterback, and two, that biting dude over there with the anti-Semitic comments and Puka Nacua on the offensive side. Like that's how you get. He led the league in touchdowns. Meanwhile, he's averaging like 30 yards a game.
That's alleged, ladies and gentlemen.
I
That's
said
alleged.
Allegedly.
All right, we got to get out of here. It's 4 o'clock. Great stuff. This show goes by too fast. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But our thanks to everybody involved. And tomorrow I'll do it all over again and have an absolute blast. 2-1 Spartans over UConn right now with 12 minutes left to go in the third. Enjoy opening day, everybody.
There you go.
Hey, post-game stream. Nick is going live from the studio at 7:15, and the heavies will make sure to keep everybody up to date.
Fire.
You guys don't have the watch party tonight?
That's right, man.
That's fire.
I was at the games at 4. We're out of here, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, live on location. Art and Jake's.
Art and Jake's. Sterling Heights.
Oh, tomorrow.
See, look, Kool-Aid was going to be in the studio.
He likes his comfy, cozy place.
Man,
I would be in the chair like, where is everybody? Let's rock.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.